They saw a bird outside. It's one of the reasons that I like having such overgrown bushes in the front. We do definitely need to take care of the yard, but that means birds wind up in the yard a lot, and there was a little, I don't know what it was. It was a sparrow, it was a finch, it was this tiny little bird, like, literally like right where my finger is. Right there. And I opened the blinds, and it's still lurking in there a little bit. I can see stuff moving, but the cats, Ringo literally cried when it left. So that's been my entertainment for the past few minutes, is them being like, let me out. This window has no screen on it because it's where the AC used to be, so I'm not opening the window because you'll wind up in the front yard. Sorry. Anyway, so it's Sunday, and it is May 21st. It's pretty late. It's like 6. But I've kind of been taking my time getting stuff done today. Today's kind of like a slower day. I edited last week's vlog, and I've exercised. And then I basically did my hair today. I shaved down the sides, and I also did trimmed the ends a little bit. I think the bird might be back. So that's what I've been doing today. I'm going to make dinner here in a little bit, and I'm going to upload the vlog while I'm sleeping, because the vlog for last week is like 30 minutes long, and with my crappy internet, it's going to take 3 hours to upload, maybe more. So I'm going to do that when I sleep. And it'll go up tomorrow. And yeah, don't really know all that I'm going to do this week. Probably sketchbook work, I think. And Alicia and John are possibly coming over on Friday, since I'm not going out to Lowell for my road test. So what I'd like to do is get more Final Fantasy time in, because she really wants her machine back, and I am very close to beating the game. So if I can really just kind of really go at it, I might be able to beat the game by Friday. She can take her machine back home with her. I don't know. I'm going to try. We'll see, because she's been agitating to have that back, and I need to finish. So it's Monday, and it's like really cold for end of May. It's like 53, so yeah, I mean, it's been in the 70s for the past couple of days, so this sudden drop in temperature was a bit surprising. I actually had to turn my heat on, not because I'm super cold, but because Diamond is actually, his cage temperature dropped, even with his heater on. It dropped below 80, and it needs to be at least 80. Like, it's at 78 right now, which isn't dangerous levels, but, you know, he's used to it being 82. So he squished himself up underneath this heater because he's chilly. I don't even know where his head is. He's still got the rat bulge. It's like right there. But yeah, and his belly, you can see it, is really pink. He's got a shed zone. His eyes weren't blue yesterday, but they had a kind of a filmy appearance, like they're going to be blue soon. So yeah, he's going through a shed cycle, and he's cold. So I had to turn my heat on. But yeah, today is just kind of hanging out again. Got the vlog up, and I exercised. Patrick's making dinner tonight, so I'm on dishes. And yeah, so just kind of hanging out today. So it is Wednesday night, early evening anyway, and I just spent the past day and a half binge watching movies, basically. I I hadn't seen the final Resident Evil movie yet, so I decided why not watch all 6. So I did, but I split it up 3 one day, 3 another, because I got tired yesterday. But it wasn't all for nothing, like I was sketching and stuff during a few of them. So I will show you what I was sketching. I was mostly doing studies, because I didn't want to have the internet going while I was watching stuff on my computer, so I pulled out some of my books. I didn't do much, unfortunately, because I got a little preoccupied with the movies, but I have anatomy books. So I doodled an eye, no reference, just using my new brush pens, and I have some anatomy books, so I did some studies, and then I did studies from other artwork. So I have a Mucha book, and I did a little study of Zodiac by Alphonse Mucha, and then I was scrolling through Instagram, and I did an eye that Jacqueline de Leon did, so I think I definitely want to do studies from her and Audra and Donica for like how they do their line art and stuff. I want to do some studies of their work because I really like how they do line art. But that's for another time. I got a little distracted with the movies, and I decided to finish the series. And I just finished the 6th movie maybe 20 minutes ago. And yeah, without getting spoilers away, because I know Alicia watches these vlogs. She hasn't seen the last movie yet. But those movies, they're entertaining. I enjoy them. They're very entertaining. But I know they're terrible. I know they're not good, but I still like to watch them. And the drop in quality between 5 and 6 was kind of big, because the movies are known for like having like crazy plot holes and stuff, and they're usually like minute, like I can kind of ignore them and stuff because they're not that bad. But the plot hole between 5 and 6 was like the size of a crater. Like it was huge. I was like, what is going on? I literally spent 40 minutes of the movie going, what is happening? Because I was so confused by this gaping plot hole. I couldn't understand why the events were unfolding the way they were because of this plot hole. It made no sense. So, but I still enjoyed the movie, and it wrapped up the story. It wrapped up the story. I won't say it did it well, because there were a lot of things about the series that were not so great, but it wrapped it up. So the movies are fun to watch. They're entertaining, is what I'm saying, basically. But I'm not going to go and say like they're the best movies ever made, because they're really not. They're pretty terrible. I was telling Patrick about the fact that I was watching the 6th movie, and I said, okay, and I kept saying to him, like, okay, I'm going to go back to my room and keep watching The Trash Fire, because I was referring to movie 6 as being a trash fire, and it kind of was, but it was still fun to watch. So, yeah. But I wound up talking to Patrick and Jesse about it, and really, I think, I was thinking about this funny story regarding the movie series that I don't know if I've told the vlogs yet. But one of the reasons I like the movies so much is because Mila Jovovich is in it, and I frequently tell people she's the reason I'm gay, and it's pretty accurate, because the story of how it happened is the first movie in the series I saw was Resident Evil 2, which is Apocalypse? Yeah, it's Apocalypse. It was the second one. That's the first one I saw in the series, because I was in high school, and it was a weekend. Junior year, I want to say. I think that movie came out in 2004, so yeah, it was junior year. I was 16, and one of my friends from high school, Terry, called me, and she was talking a mile a minute in almost like panic mode. I was in the middle of, I specifically remember I was playing a video game when she called, and I had to save and get off, and she was in a panic going, Karen, 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 Karen. I was like, what? She's like, you want to see a movie? I was like, this is sudden. Excuse me. She proceeded to tell me, which was hard to understand because she was talking very quickly, about how she had 2 tickets to go see Resident Evil 2, and she was going to go with a friend, but her friend bailed on her, and she hated seeing movies by herself, and she knew that I lived nearby, and I did. I lived like literally like 2 minutes away from the movie theater, so she knew I lived nearby, and she wanted to know if I could come see the movie with her, because she didn't want to go by herself. And I was like, okay, like I wasn't dying to see the movie, but I was like, hey, free ticket, why not? I'm not doing anything today, so I was like, okay, hang on, let me go ask my mom, when does the movie start? 10 minutes. I was like, are you serious? Like, no warning. So I had to go over to my mom who's on the computer, and I was like, I told her the situation. She was like, you might miss the previews. I'm like, it's fine, but Terry's panicking, and I'm getting a free ticket out of it. She was like, alright, so she dropped me off when we went to see the movie. And yeah, so that was funny. Like, I complained to Terry so much, I'm like, don't do that to me again. But what wound up happening is I went into that movie thinking completely that I was straight. And 2 hours later, hour and a half later, I walked out with a bit of an identity crisis. Literally, like, while we were waiting for our ride, it was me and Terry standing in front of the movie theater for a good 20 minutes because I had to call. I didn't have a cell phone at the time, so I don't remember how I called home, but we had to wait for our ride, and we were talking, and I was asking her, because I knew Terry was bi. I don't know if she still identifies that way or not, but at the time she did identify as bi when we were in high school, so I was asking her questions and stuff, and like, because I was feeling very conflicted, because I really enjoy movies with pretty women kicking butt. It's still one of my favorite movie franchises, and I still enjoy that whole genre, even if the movie's really crappy. Sometimes if I like the actress, I'll watch her do anything, pretty much. So I was talking to her about that, like, do you think it's just me enjoying the kind of movie, or do you think it's something else? And she was like, it's whatever you want it to be. And it was a few months later that I officially came out, and I told her, and she was like, I converted another one. She was very proud of herself. But so I guess in that regard, that movie series still kind of holds like a place for me, because it was watching the second one that made me first think I might like girls. I don't really know. Like, I was just a little too interested, I think, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm still willing to admit that the movies are pretty terrible, plot-wise anyway. They're fun to watch. They are a lot of fun to watch, but when you start to really think critically about them, they're pretty bad. And that last one made some leaps, man. I don't even know. But still, it was fun to watch. So yeah, so that's what I did the past 2 days, is I watched some crappy movies, but I had fun. So it's Friday, and John and Alicia are here.
Hi!
I didn't vlog yesterday because I didn't do anything yesterday, so it wasn't worth it, but...
Oh, wait. Hello, gentle viewers!
Hi, Jen.
Hey.
And Salem's butt.
Oh,
So, we're just gonna hang out. I don't really know if we're gonna do anything, like, go out or do something. I don't know. We're gonna hang out. We'll see.
hanging out!
So, John and Alicia left. Maybe half an hour, 45 minutes ago, somewhere around there. Patrick and I made a menu because we had to work on that. I just saw a piece of trash that got left behind. That's okay. But yeah, no, today was a good day. We just hung out literally the whole day. My dad picked up pizza when they came back from seeing Dwayne, so we had that for dinner. And we were just hanging out. We were talking about a lot of stuff. We talked a bit, we've been keeping up with the news about the whole bombing in Manchester, so we were discussing some updates on that we found out, and I also did some drawing. There's a little backstory to this. Me and John and Alicia came up with these really random characters years ago. I'm talking like 5-6 years ago, maybe more, and it started as a joke, of us just being stupid and talking in Valley Girl voices like this, and we wound up coming up with names for these fictional characters that we are. So John is Courtney, Alicia's Becky, and I'm Bethany. And we pretty much just kind of talk and act like really stereotypical, like, Valley Girls who are, like, super skinny and blonde, and we're like, it's this really dumb thing we've been doing for years, and, like, it's just this really weird inside joke thing. And while we were talking, I got the idea it'd be really fun to draw Courtney, Becky, and Bethany. And I mean, we'll have full conversations as Courtney, Becky, and Bethany. Like, we're so weird. And I thought it'd be really fun to draw them. So first what I did is I got the rundown. I talked to Alicia and John. I was like, okay. Like, asked John, like, how would you describe Courtney? Like, how would you see her? So I wrote down some things, and then Becky. And a part of the joke of the characters is how their names are spelled. The first one we figured out was Becky. Becky's name is spelled B-C-K. Sometimes Y. Like, her joke is she has no vowels. Joke for Bethany is she has way too many. The joke for Courtney is it's spelled court with a K and knee, like the knee. Like your actual knee on your leg. Because we're stupid. So we were describing, like, what they would look like and what their go-to casual wear would be. And then I was drawing the body types. And then that's Courtney. She's the leader. We all aspire to be like Courtney. That's Becky. She's a little closer to being Courtney. And then I'm Bethany, and I'm not quite there yet. So, yeah. Yeah. How did that get dirty? Did I spill something? I don't know. So yeah, so that's what I did today, because we're so weird. Yeah. I can't even begin to explain where Courtney, Becky, and Bethany came from, but It's kind of been an inside joke for a long time, and we're such nerds about it. But anyway, so we were kind of goofing around with that, and then I was talking to Alicia. Alicia likes to write stories. She does a lot of role-playing online, especially with like Xena, which is what got her started, I think. It's either that or Buffy. Mix of the two. She does a lot of the two. But role-playing is her thing, and we were talking like it could be really fun to collaborate on a story in the future, and like she writes and I illustrate it, like do a comic or something, and that got us talking. We don't really have something that we're going to work on right now, but we'd like to in the future, and I was showing her this book that I have, that I read earlier this week. It's called Small Town Witch. It's by Alex Singer, and I cannot pronounce her name. I'm assuming, I think that's a girl. I'm not sure. I can't pronounce this name, unfortunately, so I'm not even going to try. But this was a Kickstarter that I backed a few years ago. It took a while to fulfill because they wound up doing way more illustrations than they intended to. But what I really like about it is this book is written in prose, but with illustrations. Like, that's really cool. And I really like that that's a thing. So, like, it's a really good book. I really like it, and the Kickstarter also came with a concept art book, and it's set in the 1920s, kind of, and it's in Prohibition era, and basically the whole thing is alcohol was prohibited, but so was magic. And then the same thing happened where crime sprouted of people smuggling it in because it's illegal, and this is about like a detective guy who is trying to track down this crime ring, and this girl winds up getting involved, and it's really cool. So I highly recommend this book. I'm pretty sure you can buy it online now. It's been out for long enough that I'm pretty sure they're selling it now that the Kickstarter has been over for... The Kickstarter ended in 2014, so I'm pretty sure you can get this online. It's really good. I love it. But I really like the style that they do it in. Can I get this in one-handed? I cannot. I will do it later. But I was thinking of maybe doing my own comic works like that instead, because when I plan out my comics in Microsoft Word, when I'm planning out the plot, a lot of the plot winds up getting written in prose format because it's just kind of how my brain works. I start out by doing bullets of like, this event happened, and then this happened, and this happened, and then at some point my brain gets away from me. Instead of just writing this happened, I wind up writing out the whole scene. And I don't really force myself to write in a particular way, because the best way for me, I've noticed, to get all the information out is just kind of let it come out however it's going to do. So, you know, I just kind of go with the flow, stream of consciousness kind of style. I do come up with a set timeline of events before I even jump into that. And basically it's me writing out information to connect one event to another. And then I just kind of go with it. So a lot of times, even though I'm trying to keep it short and simple so I can do a comic later, I wind up with entire pages full of prose, full scenes and dialogue and descriptions and stuff. And I usually tend to go really heavy with the descriptions of things because in my head I'm thinking about what it'll look like and how I'll draw it later. So describing how it looks the way you would in prose usually helps me figure out how I'm going to draw it later so I don't forget. But because I'm already doing it that way, I'm thinking I might go in and clean it up and rewrite a couple of scenes specifically in prose format a little bit more, like, I don't know, strictly, I guess. I don't really know what word I'm trying to use, but, you know, clean it up so it's not as, like, loose and messy, and make it, like, better, I guess, more streamlined and more clean, or whatever it is, and then start illustrating it. Maybe I don't think I'll do, like, actual comic panels. I might just do what that thing did and just throw in a couple of illustrations of key scenes, and just do it like that, where it's a version of prose and illustration instead of just a straight up comic, because I write like that anyway, and I enjoy writing like that, but I know that I can't just write a straight up book because I have to draw things. Whenever I write a story, I gotta draw parts of it, so mixing the two could be a lot of fun, and I might start working on that as my next thing, because Don't Fear the Reaper's already written. I finished it. And I was working on it for the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge, but then I stopped because doing that daily thing was not working for me. But since the actual comic the story is written, I really just gotta fix it up. Rewrite a few scenes in like actual prose instead of whatever mess it is, and do some concept art, and illustrate things. And what I like about that is it means I won't have to redraw the same thing over and over and over again in terms of like frequent backgrounds. This story takes place in a high school. I would have to draw high school hallways and classrooms a lot. And that would be really annoying. But I think being able to like do one establishing shot of what the area looks like and then just describing them walking around in it instead of having to draw it again would make my life a lot easier on me, and I think I could tell the story a lot better that way. So, I'm going to play around with that. That's my next thing. We were also planning my next visit to Lowell. I'm going to go down the weekend of June 10th. I'm going to go either that Thursday or that Friday. It depends on when my dad goes to work. Because sometimes he goes a night early or something. And because June 10th is Boston Pride. And me, John, and Alicia have not been to Pride in a few years. And we really want to go this year because we miss it. So I'm going to Pride this year. And then the week after that is a drag show. And it's also my birthday. Like, the drag show falls on my actual birthday, which means I'm probably going to get tortured. Because Mama knows it's my birthday. I told her. Probably shouldn't. She would have known. She's friends with me on Facebook. She would have seen the thing. She knows it's my birthday. So I'm probably going to get tortured. So that'll be fun. I think if torturing happens, I may have to hand my camera off to somebody else because I'm pretty it's going to get... It needs to be on the vlog if I get tortured. I just won't be able to record it myself. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Sue usually brings cakes for people when it's their birthday, but Mama tends to pick on people too, so I don't know. But since I missed the last 2 drag shows and this one falls on my birthday, I need to be at that one. So what's going to happen is I'm going to stay the whole week. So I will be at Alicia's for like a good 9-10 days or so, depending on what days Dad brings me home and picks me up. And since I'm not doing the YouTube art videos right now, that works for me because I don't have to worry about putting up a Saturday video because I'm not going to start those again, at the very least until I have a day job, because then I'll know what my schedule will be. So, which hopefully will be in August. Late July, early August, once I get my license. If I can take the damn test again. But anyway, yeah, that road test is July 17th, so I got time to practice again, which will be good. But yeah, that's the plan coming up. We are going to Indiana at some point this summer. A couple of things are up in the air, so no plan for that yet, but that'll be fun when we do. So yeah, I guess that's it for this clip. This one kind of went off a little bit, but I haven't vlogged much most of the week, so I guess that's okay. So yeah, now I got the itch to work on something again, and that's probably going to be what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is doing some writing. So that'll be fun. So it's Saturday, and it's like 4:30. I've been up for quite a while, actually. I had breakfast and lunch, and I exercised, and then Dad got up, and we went grocery shopping. We ran a couple errands. Patrick was hoping that we could find the Batman Lego movie in Redbox, but it's not out yet. He might try to find it on the PlayStation Network to rent. If he does, I want to watch it, because I've heard it's really good. Yeah, I was also trying to find a little, wrist protect brace thing for my keyboard. I have this already. I was trying to find something like that. Nothing had it. Walmart didn't have it. I decided to check in, CVS and Rite Aid and Family Dollar just to see. Nothing. So Dad's thinking we could probably do that tomorrow. So I'm going to do a little digging online and see if anywhere in Gardner has it. So, yeah. Other than that, just going to hang out. And I'm on dinner tonight, but I specifically picked something really easy, so it's mostly just a hangout day. So we have had dinner, and we sat and watched the Lego Batman movie, and it was amazing. It was so funny, and there were so many references and things I was not expecting. So I enjoyed that very much. So I highly recommend. So yeah, that was good. I fed the cats, and Dad has confirmed we're going to go out and run out to a Staples to get me a thing for my keyboard. We're going to go to Greenfield, though, not Gardner, because Dad wants to buy cigarettes, and he can get those in Greenfield for cheaper. So, yeah, we live in Massachusetts. The tax on cigarettes is really expensive, so he likes to go up to New Hampshire sometimes to get them, so I think we might be doing that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm along for the ride because he agreed to get me the keyboard thing. So, I didn't get any writing done today, but that's okay. I think I'd rather do that after I have the thing, and we did stuff today, so it was pretty good. But I'm gonna end the vlog now. It's like 11 and I'm getting ready for bed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.